Annie Leibovitz is my photographer. I call her an iconographer because she has captured the secular icons of the past 50 years. She worked for Rolling Stone for over 10 years. This was her first cover. She begged the editor of Rolling Stone to go on this interview with John Lennon. She captured this shot while taking just a light reading. This was a cover. About 10 years later, she was invited back to do a photo shoot in December of 1980. Her most famous photograph, captured about 4 to 5 hours before he was murdered. Jan Wenner called it the Pieta of our times. You can feel the grief of a generation in this photograph of Yoko Ono. While touring with Rolling Stone, she captured the thrill and excitement of being with a rock band. Her subjects frequently note that she photographs in a way that makes you forget she's there. I doubt Keith Richards remembered her being there for this shot. She traveled with George McGovern's campaign in 1972 for Rolling Stone. She was in Washington, D.C. in 1974 when Nixon resigned. This is a great shot of the soldiers rolling up the carpet, saying goodbye to Nixon. She wasn't afraid to be controversial. This shot of Demi Moore, pregnant and nude, was very controversial for its time in the early 90s. Here's a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger right before his political career took off. Annie shot this lying on the snow. It's such a great picture of him on top of the world. Here's a portrait of Bruce Springsteen from the 80s. Here is one of many pictures of Mikhail Baryshnikov from the 80s. Annie's mom was a dancer, so she enjoyed capturing dance. I love this portrait of Willie Nelson. It shows so much of his life on his face, in his hair, in his stature. It's a great shot. Current celebrities, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West with their daughter. This is a great shot of pictures all over the place. Here's a picture of Meryl Streep taken right when her career was starting. She didn't want to be photographed naturally, so she put on the theater cake. Here's a portrait of Sam Shepard, the playwright, the actor. I included it because I like him, and it shows his ruggedness and his personality. I love, love, love this shot of Joan Didion with the background, the winter background, and her face and her age, and that together they are winter together, even the gray shirt. A portrait of the Williams sisters. Great, quiet, serene picture. Women in Power, Nancy Pelosi. Theresa May, Prime Minister of England. Annie got 25 minutes with the most photographed woman in the world, Queen Elizabeth II. Highlighting the gold in the furniture, the fixtures, and the curtains, and her dress highlights her elegance and her royalty. Annie's done many fantasy pictures. Here's Drew Barrymore doing Beauty and the Beast. There's a whole story there. Hans Christian Andersen's The Red Shoes. These are beautiful artistry. She's done movie ensemble shots. Here is Kirsten Dunst and others from Marie Antoinette. Star Wars. I include this shot because it's part of her fantasy series. I love the dress. I love the coloring. I love the eeriness. It's a beautiful shot, and it was a great movie. Annie did a series of poets and artists. Here she photographed Agnes Martin and asked her, "What do you do here?" And she said, "I sit here and I wait to be inspired." I've included pictures of her family and loved ones because she said, "I'm a photographer. It's all her work." This is Susan Sontag. Her brother and her father. Her mother. This is such a beautiful shot. The lighting is flawless. I love this picture. Here's a nice picture of Annie and her kids. I love the black and white. I love the lines, the vertical and the horizontal lines. A great shot. In conclusion, Annie said in her master class, "Take the camera, go out into the world and find a way to tell a story that means something to you." That's what I like about this photographer.